online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akaman. Now, let the buzz begin!
To another week of Dancing with the Stars here on AFTERBUZZ TV. Yeah, this is kind of awesome. I'm Kristyn Burtt. We're so excited to have you back. Week 3. Next to me, DuPree.
Hi, I'm DuPree.
Across the table dancing, Darv.
Hey guys, I'm Darv.
And Suri over there doing her thing.
What's up, guys?
She's living.
Our return guest, I think this is your 3rd appearance on the show. I'm going to introduce him because he's royalty.
Oh my God, hi. Get in the house, baby. How you doing?
And you're not on the couch, you have your own chair this time.
Swiveling.
I love it. I love it. Well, welcome back and welcome to our new studios, for sure.
We love having royalty.
We do.
Oh my God. Can we still have other royalty today,
Are we
please?
supposed to curtsy or like bow?
What's
We're gonna embarrass him.
What's the protocol? No, please, let's not do that. Guys, you see, no, I'm treated differently. I don't want that. Like, this is Keo.
I know, we know.
You know, so please. Yeah.
Down to earth,
love you.
cool Keo.
I just was talking before the show, just lots of drama in week 3. I mean, very dramatic, serious drama too. Like, no joke with Kim. And I'm so glad she's okay. I'm so glad. I was thinking about this. I'm so glad her family recognized the signs that there was something wrong very quickly.
Is that what happened? Because I didn't see the whole story. Obviously, I got the gist of it, but maybe some other people don't know that either.
Yeah, just to give the scoop on that, she had flown overnight. Tony had been with her, and he said she had been kind of low energy all week, but he went to the hotel, and she went to her house, and her family noticed that when she got to the house, like, all of a sudden, her face started to droop. She went paralyzed.
On her left side. Yeah.
On her left side. So, and acting quickly is one of the biggest things with the TIA, which is transient ischemic attack, you guys. I had to do an article on it, and I don't think a lot of people understand. And this is, I think a lot of people have been saying, well, why haven't they been able to dance? Like, why were they eliminated? Besides the fact that she couldn't get to the Dancing with the Stars ballroom, she couldn't fly, I do think that ABC was probably very cautious, the lawyers, because a third of the patients that have a mini stroke in the first year have a full-blown stroke. And for someone that's 37 and a mother of 6, I don't think that ABC wants anything to happen to her. They want her to be healthy. So that's probably what it came down to in the end.
Sure.
Exactly. And it's a lot. You know, she was flying from Atlanta to LA week after week, 2 dances within, you know, the first 2 weeks of the competition. I think it really took its toll. It would take its toll on anyone. And obviously her schedule, you know, although it's sad and I really did want to see her in the competition, I just don't think it's feasible with her schedule and now with, you know, what she's gone through health-wise.
And it's insane too because Nene Leakes actually had pulmonary embolisms in her blood clots in her lungs. So it's like, it's so funny that they're both kind of having these like
similar issues
in terms of blood clots.
And you know, health is the most precious thing you have in this world. So
Number one.
she's got so much to live for and all these kids to watch grow up and have grandkids and you know, that's super important.
But we got to touch on the elimination. Can we mention that now since we're talking about them
We
now?
know it, yeah.
I mean, that Tony and Kim didn't know that they were eliminated.
No one knew. Actually.
No one knew. Tony, I thought Tony
saw
for
Tony, like, when they said it, I saw his face and I was like, he didn't know that, definitely.
No.
And I was shocked because, like, the whole rule thing, I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, check that out. You know, like, go back and look at your contract because things like that, you don't even know that if your partner is sick and stuff like that, then you know you got eliminated. So.
Well, when I saw the footage when they had her up on Skype, via Skype, I just thought to myself, well, you know, you could have had a video package done prior, but they wanted to make sure that it was like done at that time. Do you know what I mean? So I kind of felt like something's going on here. And she didn't seem to have much awareness of what they were going to ask her or what was going to be said in the commercial break prior to that. So it was like, yeah, I felt that way too. No one knew. No one had a clue.
I mean, it was a big deal. Sorry, Jake, really quick. I've never seen them Skype in, you know what I mean, or somebody like, because that's, you know, so many things we do it sometimes in the studio. So many things can go wrong, and the clarity is not there.
It wasn't great even listening from home.
Yeah. So you're right. You're dead on about that. Yeah, they definitely didn't want to know.
And I think, you know, it wasn't. I know it's done for drama and ratings, and they kept everything like very quiet about what the decision was, and you want everyone to tune in. I totally get it, because it's a TV show and it's a reality show, but I do think that Tony probably deserved maybe a heads up, and I just feel like he's been with the show so long, and I just think as an employer sometimes
that's why
it's a good thing.
I was super surprised. I told you this off camera. I was like, he always knows everything, so I was surprised.
It's a bit of a shock, actually.
It is. It's a shock and he handled it very well. So I would have been like, what?
I'll be like, I'm going back home. Just kidding.
And I think a lot of people were like, well, why didn't they use the rehearsal footage that they shot in Atlanta? Tony has said in a couple interviews today saying that it has to be in the Dancing with the Stars ballroom. They need that dress rehearsal footage. That's what they will count if you want to move on to the next week. So just to clarify some of the things that were going around the internet today, and everyone had questions and things like that. And I think for them, they also don't want to set up the precedent of like, well, we did it for Kim, and then if something happens in season 22, do you then create exceptions to the rules all the time?
Yeah, it's hard, but I think they did the right thing. Maybe didn't go about it the right way, but, you know, stuck to the rule book.
And I totally agree with that. And let's just say cheers to Kim for doing 2 great dances last week.
Love you, Kim.
Yes.
And for becoming more confident too. Like you could see that just in her overall demeanor, she's more confident, which was nice.
Yeah, I think that's the best. You know, if you're going to go out on a high, those 2 dances were great for her. They were awesome. All right, let's get to the show. Opening number was the girls' number, Mandy Moore and Jeremy Hudson.
And summer is still here. Summer is still here.
It's so crazy, right? Because I was in my trailer, and then they're like, "Oh, it's about showtime now." I'm like, "Okay, great." And then Lindsay passed my door, and then she was like in the dress, and I was like, "Yo, what's up?"
It's amazing.
How you doing? But that color though looked awesome on her.
She looked like a Victoria's Secret model.
Yeah, she did.
Green.
I couldn't stop looking at Haley too, and her yellow. She looked beautiful. I was like,
all those contrasts.
I just was like, they're on fire.
Yeah, they were.
One of my favorite
department is awesome on the show, man. I think Haley also is like a good addition on the show. Yeah, it's a different look, which I like. It's awesome, great.
Yeah, and TV Week, I think that, again, this shows off the production values of Dancing with the Stars. It was a great theme, and it was a great way to showcase everything that they do so well, from costumes, makeup, the sets, lighting, bodies.
Bodies.
We had the Muppets stop by. We had Alfonso Ribeiro stop by. It was action-packed, you guys. There's a lot going on. And let's kick off the night with Carlos and Whitney doing some Golden Girls jazz. All right, well, Suri, you can't.
I was like, yeah.
Don't give me the eyes unless you're gonna talk. Go ahead.
Damn it. Cute concept. I wrote in my notes I was just not into it, and he is not living up to week 1 for me. I hate to be harsh, but that's kind of just how I feel.
Like, I agree with Carrie, and also because I think he was like so chilled. Like, I looked at the number and I was like, oh, okay. That's that, you know. Like, I mean, the concept was the song. I love the song. I was like, that's, you know, he could have done so many things with the song, you know. Like, and Alfonso was right. Like, he couldn't finish his arms. Like, it was just like that. So, like, I think from week 1 he came so strong, and now he's like fading. You know.
Does that have? We saw a little bit in the packages, and we know that they're produced. But I think we're showing like Whitney saying, "Let me lead. Let me show you. Let me teach you." That might affect things. He maybe has to take. You know, take a step back.
Step back, a little bit.
I think, you know, it takes a while to jive with your teacher-partner relationship. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, Whitney is young, but she still is the teacher. So I think sometimes it's hard to kind of get the dynamic right, and maybe coming off the back of like 2 weeks where there was no need to kind of establish that, to now where it's like, let's get to the nitty-gritty. It's like, okay, we need to kind of figure this out. But I would say in terms of the routine, I was a little bit confused in terms of the concept of like, I mean, I haven't seen the show really, so it seemed a bit left field to me, but you know, it just seemed like, you know, one minute they were old people and the next minute they're doing like crazy amazing dance movements, and it didn't kind of make any sense to me. But they're a great couple, so I really want to see them do something that I can get behind and be like, absolutely yes. But this week it wasn't it was almost like you phoned it in. You know, it
just felt like the whole thing was like a marked performance. Like, don't give this your full out, like we'll get whenever we get on camera. And it's like, ooh, it was just a missed opportunity for me, because that song naturally is slower and a little bit not as like energetic as what everybody else got, so I was kind of like, that's a disadvantage. But I feel like they could have gone like cuckoo nuts with it, like really, really old, and then all of a sudden just like gotten really down with it. I was like, go there, like really go there. And I think that maybe his attitude is coming from like the first week, like I didn't really necessarily know who he was in terms of like as a famous person.
Big Time Rush.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Sorry.
You're not watching Nickelodeon.
Sorry, but and then the first week I was so blown away by him, and I think that maybe like that went to his head a little bit, and like that kind of became a thing, and then he kind of, I don't know. It feels like a power struggle between the two of them, and I think that this is the week that he needed to get back on track. So I hope that they do, because I think that they could actually go really far. I just hope that these past 2 weeks don't ruin his chances for the rest of the season.
I agree with you.
A little worried about him.
Yeah.
A little worried, also because you know, they present him as a married couple, and we've seen this happen with Charlie and Meryl too. It's like, you know, who's going to make it? Who's going to come out on top? And then eventually fans throw their votes one way, and the other person who is also very good kind of starts losing the votes, and you're like, but you're still good too.
And it's also scary because it's like you look at the lineup of who's left, and you're like, everybody's actually pretty good. And it's like at some point, it's going to be all good people going home. So I don't know.
Yeah, and I do still feel like we've got like 5 or 6 in the mix for finale possibilities.
Yeah,
so
absolutely,
kind of strong. That was 7, 8, 8, 8 for a total of 31. Because of course we're adding in Alfonso. Who, you know what? I want to say he had some really nice comments.
Yeah, he did. I think he was really constructive, but yet he still said what needed to be said.
Yeah, critical for sure.
And some original thoughts, not just like that was good, you know, or he gave some thoughts that I was like, gosh, we haven't heard that was a fresh actually approach to judging on the show.
I agree.
Yeah. Yay for that. Next, we go into Paula and Louie doing Gilligan's Island samba.
Where was the samba?
I wrote in my notes. Where was
I literally was like, oh, what dance was this? Oh, it was the samba. Okay.
Bodafogos. She was like, but a lot going on, obviously. Obviously, the emotional aspect is getting to Paula, and this show is emotional, and it's mental. It's a mental game, and you don't realize until I think you're physically a contestant in there and going, oh.
Yep.
I just want to say that it was a
No, you're talking about.
I just want to say that it was a positive moment to see that in the package about
Louie was
the abandonment.
sweet.
And yes, that connection.
Cool.
Like that was really, really a great thing to see.
I think well, and I think aside of Louis, that I don't think, because he's always very stoic.
Yeah.
He's always just like, I'm from Amsterdam, and like, you know,
this is business.
This is business. I got this, you know. And it was really nice just to see an emotional moment. He's very invested in her too, which is sweet.
Very good couple together.
Yeah,
great couple.
I think this is week 3. I was like, oh, come, let's do something. Let's dance. We've seen the, you know, the production side of it. Like, let's see you dance now, you know. So, I don't know. I mean, for me, I thought they're gonna go home, honestly. Yesterday, because I was like, out of everyone, even Gary like killed it. I was like, hey, Gary, he's improving, you know. Like, but Paula, for me, I'm like, okay, why are you still in the show? Like, you know. So we'll see.
Well,
with Keo.
I mean,
I wasn't in agreement as of last week. We all know last week I was like, oh my god, Paula is my favorite. But I think she just had a bad week. And I think after having 2 good weeks where she didn't have like a lot of production, you know, like she was out there on her own, I'm actually glad that she made it through to next week, because I think she needed that little reprieve. And if anyone's going to push her, it is going to be Louie, and she's going to push herself too. So regardless, we're going to see something next week, hopefully. So
it's like I thought that there were points in the dance where it's like she was really on, and I could see the technique and see something, but there were a few points where she was like kind of got like catched up a little bit, and that was disappointing, because it's like we've actually seen that she can be light on her feet, and and she is light on her feet. She has got good, nice use with her arms, and some of her leg movements are really, really nice. But this just wasn't. It just wasn't the business.
Yeah.
I do not think that she should have gotten all fives though.
Oh, really?
I thought that was a little. I thought that was a little rude.
Yeah.
I mean, people were throwing eights around.
I don't know. I think there should have been like a little sympathy 6. Like,
I think there was I will say this, there was a lot of use of the troupe covering over her dancing.
Yeah.
And at least watching from home, and I was like, wait, where's Paula? She's back there.
After her not doing that for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was a bit like, she's struggling, let's bring the troupe in, and I get it, but it still didn't save her.
And I also don't think that she necessarily needs the gimmick either of like a shtick, like a thing. I feel like she can actually dance. So
I want to ask you, because Chaka struggled with choreography as well. How is it like in the studio? Are you teaching it, and then you get to the ballroom and she was forgetting it? Or
it was rough. Like this season, like Darvina knows, like she knows. I come home, I'm like, babe, come here, spin her around. I'm like, let's do this, because she had a problem with left and right. So literally, I had a dollar written my name, and then like a gold chain here, right? Now I say, babe, okay, so gold, she knows it's left, and I saw like Keo, she knows it's right. So I can't do that on stage on the show. Like I can't be doing that. Like at rehearsals, definitely she was like, I came home like, guys, look, like she's killing it. I'm like, no, she's gonna kill this. I get there, then just like goes. Whoop.
Yeah, it just escapes her.
Everything. And
there's nothing you can do.
I can't be like, Keo.
Yeah.
You know, we're dancing in the middle of that, and the camera's right there. So
there's a lot of shouting going on. We were talking about it with Louis and Paula. He's like, just talking.
No, like she was, like they were legit counting. They were legit counting.
Oh yeah.
You have to. Like my first down, I'm like 2, 3, cha cha cha, and then she's going like, okay. I'm like,
oh my god.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Wouldn't that be great? What, just once if we had them mic'd up so we could hear them yelling throughout the performance?
Yeah, we do.
That would be
Sometimes
amazing.
they do that.
Like Hard Knocks for Dancing with the Stars.
I don't think like the audience understand that though. Like what we go through, because people think, oh, they see the package and they're like, oh, they're doing good rehearsals, you know, and then they see the show and they're like,
what happened?
What happened? You understand? They don't see what every day, what we go through.
The mental
every day,
game too.
Like me being at home and just like, I feel like one day like I should get a camera of me just like on my face. I wake up in the morning, I sit with D or with Jules, and we sit down and I'm like, okay, this is my day. Like, you know, preparing my head and then going to rehearsals. So people can see the process of me going to rehearsals. So they can go, oh, okay. So that's what it takes for that. And then see me at rehearsals and like stressing. They don't show that on TV because we're real, like we're human. I get stressed, like I don't sleep, and I'm like, okay, the Keo and the Jules doesn't work. So what can I use? What, you know? And I'm like,
what's your next teaching device?
Yeah, like I'm babe, what do you want me to do for you? How can I teach you? Like, how should I explain? Should I show? She'll be like, show me. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I'll show her, and then she'll look at me, and then she'll try to do it, but she'll do it the opposite way. And I'll go left, she'll go right. That was the hardest for me, and I'm like, fuck.
Question for you, because obviously you've done a few seasons now and you've had some challenges. How have you grown as a teacher? Like, has this really stretched you?
It has, because my first season, like you said, you know, it's my first season. Okay, great. You know, first we got my second season with Charlotte was because she had she was young and she was like funky. She was like, you know, like I just want to have fun. So it was different with her also. But this season, the thing is with me, after last season, I met directors and stuff, like giving them ideas to help me with the show. Like I'm like, okay, I want to do this. How will this progress on the show? Like how will this look on the show? I'll be like, okay, time-wise, it will help if you do this, not that. You understand? So they'll show me like what I can do. Like directors not from Dancing with the Stars, obviously, like someone else, like some other people help me. And I was prepared, like with music, with ideas, with like costumes, and I'm like, I did my homework on tour because I was like on tour, I'm like doing choreography. Then you come and you're like, okay, you meet your partner, you're like, okay, cool, all right, then I don't have to do those ideas, but I'll do this ones. And then you start teaching, and you're like, okay, left and right doesn't work. All right, okay, so what can I do? You know, actually, I'm like, I talked to D, I talked to Jules. I'm like, it's so hard. It's not easy. It's not easy teaching someone.
Constantly adapting. You know, he has to constantly keep changing.
Like left, right, cha cha cha, right, left, and she goes right, left. I'm like, okay. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, babe. So you feel comfortable doing the right first? Okay, let's do that. And so I work with her. I work with with what she can do. She can remember.
Yeah.
But then I'll do that. Show day, she goes to the left. And I'm like, yeah.
It's how the brain processes information, and we all learn differently, and then
under the lights.
Yeah,
that moment
just changes. It just changes.
The thing.
Yeah.
All right, just Paul and Louis to finish that up. 5, 5, 5, 5. So it was 20 altogether. Let's go to Tamar and Val doing a Mad Men tango.
That was sexy.
That was hot.
Yes, it was.
Where was she hiding those legs?
That dress.
That dress.
And those legs.
Those legs were amazing. And I know that she had a short skirt on last week, but they just were like long. I thought her lines were good.
Yeah.
The music was perfect. The musicality was good.
Yeah, the package, everything.
The package was great.
Oh my God. The way she was like, hold on, picture this. I was like, yep.
Yeah,
she's the one.
You didn't like this.
I'm in the minority. That's
Go.
so crazy.
Let's
So
hear.
normally I have something positive to say about everybody, and I will say this: I love her personality. I think the package is hilarious.
I love her giving Val a little.
Me too.
Yeah,
This is not.
Yeah, just a little bit of a. What's up, Val? How you doing, brother?
I love it.
Yeah.
It's not me hating on her. This is not, just so you know. I feel nothing in her face. Like, I feel like she's looking outward and she's not here.
What?
That's how it read to me.
I could have
which
got
show
that
are
a
you
little
watching?
bit last week.
That's how I
Last week,
felt.
yes.
Last week with
That's
the
how I
connection.
felt. I just wanted to see. That's how I felt, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think we saw the.
We saw the actual show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know about
Right
you.
there.
You were at one show. You were at another.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I think this is just like a different vibe from like what she usually gives, which is like that always like bam thing.
Yeah.
But this was, I mean, I thought this was such a dynamic performance. I mean, everything about this I thought deserved all 9s. Like I went in
Wow.
check 8s. I was like, are you
Definitely.
kidding me?
I agree with
Definitely.
you.
Yeah.
Especially with some of the other people, and we'll get to that. They got 9s. I was like, no. So I'm all about Tamar. I think that she honestly could go like the full distance.
And
go the
Alfonso,
distance.
let him lead you. I just love that. But he's like, let him lead you to the finale. Like,
Yes.
don't fight him. But I do, please still give him some sass, Tamar.
Oh
Please
yeah,
do it.
That's like their
she
whole.
was
That's
like
about
they're
it.
having
I know she will. She will.
Please do it. I love the ribbing. Yeah, 8, 9, 8, 8 was the total for a score of 33.
Another 9 in there, I wouldn't have been mad at it.
Yeah.
Because she's really changing herself every
week.
routine.
Exactly.
Yeah, true.
Every routine. It's not the same Tamar we're seeing. She is really getting into those dances. So
I would agree with that. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, totally.
I you know what? It's so hard
Welcome.
too. I love Mad Men. It's like my
Welcome,
favorite
Suri.
show.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
We're gonna box after this. You need to go in and box.
Take it to
me.
Studio
I'm
One.
gonna, we're going out.
All right, we go to Alexia and Mark doing jazz, Breaking Bad.
I just feel like bad.
not gonna
lie.
Hello.
Respect
Oh
Mark.
my God, Mark Ballas.
He
I was
looks like
sweating.
Bryan Cranston. He looks like Bryan
Jeez.
Cranston.
The makeup, the idea, oh my God, everything. I had chills. Like I still have chills now. Is oh my God, and I love the show. Breaking Bad, I love Breaking Bad. So I was like, when he did it, I was like, yes. And I was like, it's gonna be a bit hard, like with the song and stuff. And then when everything, I was like, Mark. But he's amazing, man. Like his creativity is just like out of the box. Not even out of the box, out of this world.
Yeah.
He knows
does-
how to give the full package.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
very
it's a
complete.
fully realized idea,
Yeah.
which is nice.
He gives everything, man. And like Alexa though, she
stepped up
Yeah,
to
she
the
did.
plate of
She
what he
killed
asked
it.
of her, you know? Because it's one thing to have an idea and get music and be excited about something and be like, this could be great. But then it's your responsibility to teach that person to make it great and make it all come together. And she was amazing. Like, give her credit on those side by sides when they were really hitting those moves. She went for it. Like, and I was like, you both look like pros. Like, it looked like two pros dancing.
Yeah.
I really was impressed. And there was no showy costumes. It was simple. Obviously matching the show, but I loved it and
I
thought it was a great routine.
Straight 10s, definitely for me.
Yeah.
You're gonna give him
Straight
10s.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Not a doubt.
They probably feel like it's week 3. We can't give out 10s yet.
Yeah, I mean, I thought their scores were
I was like,
deserved.
that is gonna be the first 10 of the show. Definitely. That's what I thought.
Wasn't.
Yeah, this is one of those routines. Again, I always say it every season about Mark. These are the routines that you remember forever when you look back on Dancing with the Stars.
True.
It's one of the ones that will stand out.
Yeah.
For me, that's Mark's geniusness.
Yeah, he just, like, he just-
geniusness. What's the word? Genius.
He sees something and he goes, that's gonna work. And he knows it's gonna work. And when he says to you, like, oh, you can see that.
Yeah.
And he puts it together.
He makes you believe.
Yes, he does.
And I'm finally thankful that for some reason I'm like relating to her a little bit more because I felt like the past 2 weeks I've been kind of like something about her is like rubbing me the wrong way for some reason. I don't know, but I feel like this was her breakthrough week for sure for me. I was like, there she is. I was like, there's the girl that I want to see.
I think she actually went in it and went, I'm in this competition.
Yeah,
I think that's what the difference was. When I saw her get into the main part of choreography, I was like, okay, welcome to the competition. You know, she wasn't there supporting her husband and having a little dance. She was there as a competitor, and we all saw it. And I was like, here we go.
Exactly.
Mark is your dance husband. All the way through the finale, because I think she can make it there. And I do think that the show probably needs to, tone down the married thing, because I think it's hurting them both. I think they both are very capable, and just let them do their thing. They'll do it. All right, 9999 for a total of 36. So I think everyone's If had that been done in week 6, I don't think we would have even worried. There would be 10s thrown right out there.
Exactly.
Allison and Andy, American Bandstand Quick Step.
I've known you forever, and I can read your mind.
I'm gonna say this. I love Allison. I think Andy Grammer's adorable. I think they both have their own spark and magic. I'm not seeing it together.
Agreed.
What
said.
is happening? And I'm so used to just Allison connecting right in with her partners, and I'm not feeling it.
Something's missing,
and I can't put my finger on it either. That's the other thing.
Maybe it's the schedule. Maybe, because he's on tour and she's traveling with him.
It's tiring.
It must be exhausting. But I'm not seeing that connection at all. The only thing I wrote in my notes was that I loved the suit that he was wearing. That was the favourite part of the routine for me, unfortunately. And I can see that he's capable, but it just didn't come together. And I'm worried because, at this point in the competition, you don't have time to keep, to have routines like that.
Because what I like about Allison's choreography is that she's able to incorporate, new styles infused with the ballroom stuff. I mean, obviously she's a contemporary dancer by training, but I was just like, this, I could tell she was it's trying things. I've seen the 3 dances or 4 dances that she's had so far, and it's everything is something's not sticking. There's not, I feel like she finds a style that works for her partners usually, and this, for some reason, I feel like they haven't found their mojo. So I don't know.
What are you seeing, Keo? I mean, you see Andy in the ballroom and everything, and you know him. I mean, what is he tired when he comes in? That's the only thing.
Listen, I see him all the time, but he's always there by himself, dancing, dancing, and you should I
let him do his thing.
Let him go through it.
Yeah, so I just leave him, but I'm okay, cool. For me, they're amazing together. I just need the connection, just give. Just give and she'll receive, and her give and he'll receive. That's it. It's the only thing I think.
Yeah.
Something's blocking. Something's off.
There's a block there. There is. And maybe it's mental.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's just she's such a memorable person in general, and a dancer in general. It's I want him to match that with her. So I don't know how that happens, but
it's a mystery to all of us.
Yeah.
Well, and this is what else I want to say. If you go back to your partners, Riker, of course, was absolute magic. But even go back to Jonathan, and he wasn't going to be the greatest dancer that wins the Maribel Trophy, but I still felt something
they were
there.
In it together.
Yeah. They were in it together. So I don't, and it could be that she's not getting enough time if he's rehearsing, and they fly all night and then they have to do a 4-hour rehearsal when they land. That's awful. It's hard to do.
I saw her face. She looked like she was about to cry. I was and cut. Do you know what I mean?
778729. They were in Jeopardy. We don't necessarily know if that was the real Jeopardy, but they were in the bottom according to ABC last night. So
according to
ABC, because they go, it's not necessarily the bottom 3 couple, but I'm going to think that they are probably in the lower half. That's my guess. Then we go to Anna and Gary, Adam's Family Tango.
Yes.
I love Gary, and he's improved. From week 1 to now, he's improved. And he's so fun. We need him on the show.
I love watching your face and Alan's face whenever he's talking. The two of you are just
because as soon as he starts talking, I just start laughing.
I know. I do too.
He's hilarious, man.
How about his interview? He said, "You sound like a woodpecker."
What was it you said about vocabulary.
I know. It's like your vocabulary is
really growing your vocabulary. Who says that?
That was amazing.
And Aaron just sits there like, I got
That is the best I've seen Erin like in those like spontaneous moments of her entire career. Like it's amazing.
Let him
You know?
go.
Yeah,
Let him
just
go.
she throws the card.
Really?
Yeah.
That was funny.
I do love that, we know Anna very well.
Yes.
So,
love Anna,
yeah, and we've had her in the studio for, I don't know,
Many
5
seasons,
seasons.
yeah.
And it's one of those, like, we know all of her temperaments too.
Yes.
And I'm like, she's just letting Gary be Gary.
She literally just
really
said that.
interesting.
It's like,
Yeah.
And it's working.
Let me
like,
present.
It's a great strategy.
Working,
And,
But how fierce was she?
she looked hot.
She looks amazing.
Wow. And in
Love
character,
that.
you just
hair.
when you know her, you're like, oh yeah, girl.
But she is the perfect partner for Gary
Gary, yes.
because of that. This guy, he was nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah.
So, when he gets into something, he gets into it. And that intensity, Anna can match it, and she can let him do his thing at the same time. So I don't know if there'd be many of the pros that would be able to handle it the way she is handling it.
And she's like been able to be off the show and be able to watch it and be like, if I could approach that this way, I would.
Yes.
And she's like, so it's like strategic, but in
Yeah.
the best way possible. Though.
So you're saying AFTERBUZZ helped her?
Oh yeah, I think so.
That's exactly it. No, I mean, but it is interesting, and he's that wild card that you go, how far does he make it? Does he make it? I don't necessarily see him in the top 4 because we have so many good people, but is he going to be the one that sticks around longer than you ever anticipated?
Yeah,
I mean, I would hope
TV
so. I
entertainment
think so.
gold.
Me too.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I think
Interesting.
He's going up there. Trust me, he will.
Yeah, and they have to be happy. I mean, it was 6-7, 6-6, but I think that they should be really happy with those scores because it's moving in the right direction.
Definitely.
25,
Great job.
and he was wearing no underwear. That was the other thing that I was like,
That was
Because we all needed to know
amazing.
that.
Oh, thanks. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was an
Commando
interview with
tango.
Aaron. He's like, I'm not wearing underwear. She's like,
Commando tango is what Tom called it.
You didn't hear that.
Hi, Gary. I love you, bro. No.
He's the best. It's
Now you know.
Come on, that's ratings, man.
That's ratings gold.
That's it. It is.
All right, we're gonna go to this couple that every week they step out on that dance floor, and I'm like, what am I seeing? This is so great. Like I just love it.
It's your happy place.
I do. I like it's my little happy bubble, and like the jazz hands come out, and Alec and Lindsay, the True Blood Tango, another show that I absolutely loved. They were. Woman is so sexy. He's as hot as she is. That's magic.
There we go.
Yeah.
There's your
There we
magic.
go.
Yeah.
There's your magic. There's hopefully final couple. Like I really want to see them in the finale because they
definitely.
every single dance that he's taken on, jazz, lifts one arm, done. Then he's doing tang, like whatever he takes on, he makes us believe it, and he does it great.
Yeah.
We are not looking at him going, oh, he's back, or is this? You're not looking at anything that's awkward or weird.
He goes for it.
Yeah.
It's full
amazing.
commitment, and he's a sponge. You can tell that he is literally just absorbing everything because he doesn't have anything to base this off of. Like it's completely new to him, which is amazing that he can even move this way. I literally said this last night. I was like, "There's your winner right there." I would put money on it.
I kind of felt that too. I was sitting there thinking,
It's special. There's something
there's
very
special.
He's gonna go to the final. Definitely, no doubt.
yeah, he could win.
Winning.
Could.
I don't know.
I don't know if I'm going to go with the
There's another
win.
couple
I don't
that
know
I
about
would
the
say
win.
would be in the
I
final.
don't think I'm
but,
going to go with
you
the
know.
win.
I don't know about the win.
It comes down to a
about the
lot
win
when
either.
it comes to the
Yeah.
the choreography,
Yeah, it's gotta be,
the music,
like
blah, blah,
the
blah.
freestyle's gotta be.
Yeah,
I think that he will struggle with some of the like hippie dances because
Have we seen him do a rumba yet?
No, we haven't.
No, so that might be a little, but you never
obviously
know.
he's gonna be amazing.
I think the rum is gonna
gonna
kill
go
it
for
because he has that like the rum.
Yeah,
He's a guy though.
Yeah, he's a guy. Like so, like
he's like
Lindsay will just like
solid.
come to her and it'll be like, yeah, baby, we've got you
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
yeah, it's like,
Have that,
for
yo,
sure.
man.
He's got that
Sure.
manly thing that you want.
He has that.
Yes.
Sexy.
He
That's what I wrote
dances
down.
like a dude. I
Yeah.
love that.
Strong, sexy.
yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Where do you think he's going to go after this? He's
Yeah.
kind of
Anywhere he
fascinating.
wants to go. He's like,
Come over and visit me.
come say hi here.
Come over here. But it is kind of interesting because like Noah was already kind of like he was doing public speaking. He was already in the public eye. You look at someone. Hey kids, we got a show going on.
I didn't do it. It was him.
But I do wonder, like, what, it's one of those things, like, star in the making.
Yeah.
Whatever he wants to do.
100%.
Yeah.
It's just he's so dynamic as a performer, and who would have expected that out of him? Like I'm just honestly, like, every time he's out there, I'm just blown away by what he does. It's amazing.
You do this,
and he's very humble.
Yeah,
He is.
and that's what's so cool.
Really nice
Because it's
guy.
like he's just like a regular person, like placed in this extraordinary situation.
Yes.
So it's I
like him.
100% fan.
His family must sit in the audience and be like, I just like, where are we?
Yeah, where did it come from?
Where are we?
So true. It's amazing.
He went to Europe on vacation, and then he like
Now we're
rescues
in
a train,
Hollywood.
and now we're in a ballroom with glitter and like.
It's a regular Monday night, really.
Oh my God.
8898, fantastic,
Oh,
guys. Total of 33. Then we got to see Tony's dance. Jenna stepped in for Kim, and
Which I love.
She looked
I think
so
that was
yeah.
so
Oh my
amazing
God.
that they gave Jenna that opportunity.
Jenna
She looked
Yes.
amazing in that costume. Her dancing is spectacular.
Yeah.
I thought it was so good that they did that.
it was a nice showcase for her, and someone that's
Yeah.
ready to break out of troupe. I really feel.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, give her pro
Definitely.
now. I want
Yeah.
to see her
Yeah.
as a pro.
Definitely.
I
She
do
was
too.
she was smart about that entire dance. Like she's already like so camera like
Yeah, she
always
knows.
sat.
Oh,
no, she knows
It's
the
like
camera.
this
She-
was like woo. I was like, Tony, like let her just go do her thing.
Yeah, because you know,
Tony,
as a troupe, sometimes to hold the camera and, you know, have something that people want to watch for more than like 30-second bumper versus like 1 minute 30, along with a celebrity, is a lot.
Yeah.
And I think she just showed why she deserves a shot just then.
Yeah, no,
Tell
it's
Rob
nice. Like
Wayne.
she was like, yep,
Got this.
next season.
I got this.
Also nice to see Tony do his thing too. 'Cause he really got
Yeah,
to
that's
dance
nice.
for a while.
Really
Yeah,
dance,
yeah.
bless him.
He really gets to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, it's true.
He looked handsome.
Like, what's the last season? Melissa Rycroft was probably the last
Yeah.
time you really got to like
Move.
dance full out. Seven. It was a long time ago. So we give them a 10 because we can.
They killed him.
Okay, Bindi and Derek doing the Jeffersons quick step. Obviously,
Can I just? Okay, sorry.
yeah,
Go
just
for it.
a lot of issues with music clearance, the Jetsons now, and then into Jeffersons, which are two totally different things.
2 days to learn her routine.
And a kid who's 17 who's probably never seen a day of Jeffersons in her life. So.
Yeah.
Derek hadn't either.
I love Bindi. Like that girl when she dances, I smile. I like the way she dances. It's just like it's so true. Like she does. Like it's not. She's not faking it. Like it's like those emotions and just like I'm like yes. I love
She
that.
makes you feel
Like,
good, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. Like
I smile the whole time. I
Yep.
feel exactly what
after
you
like
feel.
when I see, I'm like now I wanna go clubbing tonight. Like,
Yeah.
let's go. Like she just gives you that mood. Like that. Like you know, and Derek, man, he's genius. Like I don't know what he does, but like man, yeah.
It.
I would agree with him and that, but I wouldn't agree with that in regards to this routine necessarily. I felt as though obviously the time constraints and whatnot maybe played into this. There wasn't that usual wow for a Derek routine or that usual pizzazz for Bindi that I've come accustomed to seeing on the last couple of weeks with them. That being said, it was still amazing,
Yeah.
but knowing what they're both capable of, I can only put it down to the music and the lack of, you know, time.
Derek even said in his TV Guide vlog, he said, you know, our production value is going to look less than everyone else's because we have the time issues. We had a different thing in mind, and because of the back and forth. And I do think they probably, lost a solid day and a half of rehearsal. That would have been great. It's a lot of
And
time for a quick step.
Was
Yeah.
the Jetsons also going to be a quick step?
No, it was
it
a-
jazz, right?
It was jazz, I think.
Yeah, because it like just from the rehearsal thing, that's what I thought. It was like, and that's crazy to go from jazz where it's
Yeah,
like more
that's
freeform to be
rough.
like this like very strict.
Now you're in hold.
thing. Yeah, so it's like the only thing I noticed like that was sort of off for her was like some of her hold, like the back shoulder was a little up, but like whatever. The fact that she learned this dance in 2 days, like, and
And she has an
killed the
injured foot.
technique.
Injured foot, too.
I was like, that's. She has like this freedom for life that's just it's so amazing to watch. Like you
It
said,
is.
like
It is.
it's so inspiring for adults to be inspired by this 17-year-old. Like that's amazing.
Like she makes me go if at home, I'll go TV just to see Bindi.
Yep.
That's it. Like I'll wait that time just go. I want to see Bindi dance.
Yeah.
Another one that's going to be
Oh, in the finals for sure.
Oh no, definitely.
Yeah. In the finals,
Finals.
a
If not
bigger
the win.
star outside of Dancing
Yeah.
with the Stars.
I have my money on her getting the mirror ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kim Johnson told me the same thing, so that's 2 pros so far.
And their freestyle is going to be like beyond.
Oh yeah.
And you know, I want to say, Derek, you can tell he's really enjoying being with her.
Yeah, he
There's
does.
He loves it.
freedom.
he's loving
When I
it.
talked to him, even
does.
before everyone had been announced, but he's like, okay, we all know I have Bindi, you know, whatever. But he just said, like, you could feel it. It's genuine, like the way he speaks about her, and
How can you
does
not
love it.
light up by being with that
God,
person
I don't
all
know.
day long? Like the energy and light coming from her. Yeah.
yeah,
So
she
cool.
radiates sunshine. 888832. Okay, Nick and Sharna in a Downton Abbey Viennese waltz.
Way to redeem yourself, Nick. Like,
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
last week, this was exactly what they needed. The music, the concept, everything just came together. There was a bit where like the camera caught the two of them and their look. I was like, they mean business. Like, I was in it. I was captivated.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, 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 and yes.
Yeah.
And they followed it through the whole way. There was no slip-ups, no shoe issues, no nothing to take away from just great dancing.
I want to say that Sharna, she's so smart about her choreography too. There was a lot of choreography for the camera. So for us
that
watching
production,
at
I was
home,
like, woo.
Yeah.
nailed it. Just really special.
For me, he's a gamer. He said it in the package, but you know, it's like that moment where you either are going to turn it on and forget about everything else and really show up, or you don't. And we see that, and I love that. But this is one of my top 2 couples. I love them. It made me want to be in the ballroom in that moment with them.
Yeah.
Just the emotions, the connection between them two. Like I was like, oh damn, hey.
Yes.
It was silent in there when they danced.
It was, yeah.
It was like
in the
not
red room,
a
it was
sound.
like quiet, and I was like,
That's how
I mean, because they were
That's how I
staring at
felt.
each other for like, that was a good amount of time that they were just
They were
staring
in
at each
it.
other, and I was like, that could have been so uncomfortable. Like,
If they didn't commit.
it just could have, and it was,
yeah.
and I was his arms were so much better, his posture was so much better. I was like, this is who I expected to see from like week 1. I was like, he's back in it. Thank
and
God.
Good,
Because
legit.
and
Good.
you know the kiss at the end when he kissed Shana, like right here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the woman. I'm sure the woman at home were like,
I want to be.
definitely, because when I saw that, I was like, that's small detail.
Yep.
That's small detail.
Sharna's got a very good way of connecting with her partners too.
Because she's no nonsense, you know. She's.
Yeah.
I think what it is with her, she's respectful, but she's like,
expects.
yeah, exactly. And people are like, okay, I can't muck around with her. She's gonna tell me how it is. She'll be like, what did she say? Suck it up, princess. Last season, like
she says it to me all the time.
but with the most like love and coming from the
Yep.
best place. Like she just
Yeah.
wants the best for her partners, and I think they understand that and they respect her, and it seems to work. But also the troupe in the dance did not distract from them whatsoever. That's the perfect way. Like if I could be like, that's how you use the troupe, would be that routine.
And I love that there's like cool crossings in front of the
Yeah,
camera.
that
camera.
Like very dimensional. I love that. So beautiful. All 9s, well deserved.
Well
Yeah,
deserved.
very much so.
Yes. And then we finish up the night with the Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles jive with Hayes and Emma.
I loved this.
I loved it too.
I really wish that it was a jazz routine. Like I wish that's what
I agree.
Like how are you gonna make him jive in a turtle costume? I was like, really? Like
That's what
that's not fair. That's not fair. I was like, that's
And
not
the music,
fair.
the music too.
Oh my God, yeah.
But I mean, the two of them together. I mean, it's like this is just like lightning in a bottle. These two, like they're amazing together. I'm blown away by him every week. Again, the same thing with Alec too. I just think that they're both so exceptional for people that most people don't know, in the public eye. So
I'd
I
agree
love
with
him.
that.
I thought they were way underscored. I thought they should have gotten at least all 8s.
I agree.
Yeah, good partner for him also.
I think it's probably because of the fact that there wasn't that much jive content
Yeah.
apart from the side by side, and I didn't see too much of the kicks and flicks. But when it was in hold, Keo, maybe you know more about this, but it didn't seem energetic when they were in hold. It was all backstep.
Yeah.
So it just didn't kind of pick up when they were together, which I wanted to.
Yeah.
But it was a great concept. I think maybe if he'd have taken the costume off, it would have given him a bit more
that's what I
room
thought.
to move.
I thought gonna do a
rip
step
it
and
off.
go take it off. And I was like,
But that was a great concept though, where he was great. Side by side, he was matching her for everything. So, I mean, if it was jazz, I think it would have got all 9s.
For sure, yeah.
For sure.
definitely.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead, because
I know we're both over here like, yeah. No, I agree with actually Jake and Darvina on everything. I do really like this couple a lot, but I agree with Carrie Ann's comments. For me, it wasn't the best that he could bring to the table.
I was a little underwhelmed.
And yes, that's exactly how I kind of felt. I was like, I didn't want that to anchor the show. Sorry.
Do you think it was the concept that?
I think the costumes were fun. I think the jive put together with that music, which is not their fault. You know, I didn't feel like that came together. And I thought he did a great job last week. I thought he really nailed it. Mm-hmm. And I felt like this week was a little bit. I think everyone was a little bit tired too. It's just like we just came off of 2 dances. Now we're doing the jive. It's not easy, but
he's still fantastic.
He's still in it, and I think that this is just something he does need to clean up his feet a little bit. And I think that moving forward, I'm not worried about him. Let's put him on.
No.
I'm like,
his
I'm not
timing
either.
was spot on.
Yeah.
His timing was like, I was like, oh, hey.
You know what? His musicality has been better than Andy's.
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
Who's a musician. Things like that make me go, I don't get it. Like, you do question it. It's like,
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
But
I
it
sit on the
seems
couch.
like his, like Emma and him have a great relationship.
Yeah,
and it seems
they do.
as though like Emma really knows how to knuckle him down and get, he's young too. You'd think he might have a bit of problem with concentration or anything. No, not from what we're seeing.
He's a good kid. Yeah. Well raised. And they have limited rehearsal hours too because of his age. So.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
We forget that. I sometimes forget that he's 15. You're like, oh yeah.
What is it, 4 hours a day? If they're underage?
Yeah, it's hard. Like, and you can rehearse up to 8, right?
I think some adults only do 4 hours a day. Just saying.
You get what you put in.
I only do 4. Sometimes 3. Sometimes 3 hours. Like, no, Keo, I'm done. I'm finished tonight. I'm gonna go sleep.
So next week, because there was no official elimination, the scores from this week and next week count. Is that, or last week's scores move? Is that what they said? 2 weeks of scores?
So this
I didn't know that. I think it was just this week's will go towards next week.
Towards next week. Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just want to make sure. I'm like, because then I'm doing.
That's
what I heard.
I know.
I'm sure you guys are watching. Me too.
We were in a different studio. Clearly, we were. She was in Studio 1, and I don't know. I was watching somewhere deep in the valley.
I was having too much fun.
In the valley.
Oh my god.
Did they? That was the same guys routine you guys did last season, right? The men's routine, was that a little?
Oh no! Yeah. Yes, a little bit of it.
Little change.
Yeah, a little change. Yeah.
I was like, it looked familiar.
Yeah.
Because you guys did it when the finale outside. Yeah. Interesting.
Nice pick up there.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, I thought I recognized the routine. The body roll. I know a good body roll.
I know a good body roll.
I know a good body roll when I see one.
Yeah, Suri,
I know a good body roll.
Really do you?
Come on, you guys.
I know several. Many.
What's happening?
Before
Sure
we
you do.
While y'all are in other studios, Darvina in Hollywood.
Oh my god.
Before we do wrap up, we got a lot of questions about, because we didn't get to see the hometown glory story.
Oh, there you go.
They want to know how you are a prince.
Oh god. He did not want this question.
I know you don't, but
He doesn't. Look how uncomfortable he is.
I think it's cool though.
No, listen. I know it's cool. Definitely. No problem. It's just that because before I said it to the company that I was working with before Bend the Flow, and like I got a different treatment. And I told myself, like, I don't want that, because then people are like, oh, he's royalty, like, he comes from like a royal family. I'm like, guys, I'm still Keo, like, Keo likes to go out, to have good time, enjoy. I'm still that person, but they treat you differently, and I'm like, I kind of don't like that, So and then on the show, like when they called me and they're like, can you come to the office? They want to talk to you, and I'm like, okay. And I was like, what is this about? Like,
dun, dun, dun.
And I'm like, okay, cool, pro, partner, great. But there's another thing I want to ask you about. I'm like, what is this? And they're like, you're a prince. And I was like, oh, great. But yeah, it's my grandfather who passed away was a king in this area in South Africa. So because of my dad is he's the firstborn, so he became a king. And my dad said no to the king, and he gave it to my uncle. My uncle took it, but since I'm only boy of my dad, I became a prince automatically. So,
Do you have a crown? I'm just asking.
Do you though?
at home, yes.
Do you though?
Oh my god! time you go home, bring it back. I want to try.
No, my mom will bring it back. My mom will bring it back.
Do you have like a robe? Do you have like a scepter?
We do have those.
Is it like Coming to America where they're like, whatever you want?
And dancers in the back.
Wait, Coming to America. Like a dog. Remember? Oh my God, that was hilarious.
Fuck like a dog. No, we don't do that. We don't do that.
But wait, I have to just say, you had to know, like, knowing not wanting that really to be out there and be treated differently. You knew they were going to ask you that on camera, but you went with it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I spoke to the producers first. I was like, okay. I mean, they want me to go with it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
okay,
all right, great. And I spoke to my parents first. I said, I want to talk to my dad and mom first before I,
Oh yeah, that's
and then my parents were like, yeah, go for it, yeah. Because they got a crew in South Africa to interview my parents, my dance school, where I'm from, everything.
Oh my gosh.
Are they gonna put it online at all or anything?
I don't think they'll put on. They'll show on the show, but I don't know when though.
Okay.
Okay,
But
good.
glad
like,
we're
I
able to see it.
spoke, I spoke to the guy who does the packages, and it's like, you kind of want to see the package before it goes on because my mom, it was the first time when she just took her feelings out of because when I left home, she never told me how she feels of me going overseas, and I've been away for like 8 years.
Yeah.
So like she like it's like whoop.
Crying.
Let it
I was like, yo, I don't want to see that. No, I don't want to
She
my
misses
dog
her
see that.
baby.
That's great.
That's really sweet though.
It is.
Well, do we want to make a prediction of who we think's going home next week?
Sure.
All right. Oh, we got the music.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
All right, I'm gonna start with you, Darvina.
I'm gonna go with Paula and Louis. Although they've been great, I think that it's the end of the road.
Sorry,
I'm on that road with Paula and Louis.
Jake.
I just feel like they haven't shown as much progress as everybody else. So yeah, I would say that, and I hate saying that. So.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
only thing, like, I think that, like, I think that she's
But
in the road.
her fans
Her fans. That's
are cuckoo
exactly.
nuts, so.
She's got like major fans. So
does.
I think it'll be the same
Yeah.
bottom two though next week.
You do? Okay.
Oh yeah, interesting. I do feel like Gary has a little more.
No,
he's got-
yeah, Gary's-
he's
Can't
got
get rid
ways
of
to go.
Gary. He's too much gold on TV
Yeah,
right
I
now.
feel like the producers
gotta
don't
wait.
want
He'll
to get rid of
surprise
him
us
either.
at some point.
He
Like,
will.
not he hasn't already, but
He's a smart guy also, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Yeah,
smart, like,
he's got a few more weeks in him for sure. And there's always that surprise elimination that comes in too. So, all right, looks like we're all on the same
Hey.
page this week.
so is next week switch up?
No.
No, in
Week
2 weeks
after.
is
Week five.
switch up.
Week five is switch up, yeah.
Yeah, so that will be coming. Hopefully, everyone votes for their favorites, and everyone wants to switch, and
That's gonna be interesting.
I know.
it'll be interesting to see what
Yeah,
happens.
yeah.
It always is.
All right, you guys. I just want to thank you, Keo, for coming back.
I'll see you soon. I'll come again.
Absolutely. You're always welcome.
We're gonna hold
here.
you to that.
Look, we've got plenty of seats, so you can
know,
come in any old time. Where can
I
everyone
need
find you
one.
online?
And Keo Dancer on Twitter and Facebook, and Keo Motsepe on
Keo Motsepe. I love that. Suri.
I'm at Suri Serano on everything: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, Snapchat, everything.
All those things.
Keo Motsepe on Periscope also, yeah. Sorry.
Darvina.
And I'm at Diva Dog on everything full set.
You can find me at Jake DuPree on Instagram, at Jake_DuPree on Twitter.
I'm at Kristyn Burtt on Twitter and the Kristyn Burtt on Instagram, and you can find me wherever else I am. I'm all over the place. I won't be here next week. Suri's going to sit in my place. I know. I have to work again. You guys will be in good hands. We'll
Yeah,
see you
you
all
will.
next week. Dance
Maybe
with the
not.
Stars here on AfterBuzz TV.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.